we'll see, you guys. It's a struggle trying to, you know, keep all this creativity flowing and all of that. Change is crazy. Change is crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana and I'm the owner of the Stationary Muse, and I'm also a mentor and business coach for women wanting to start their own creative businesses. I love this topic so much that I decided to make it an actual day of my uploading schedule. So every Tuesday you will find business videos like this one right here on my channel. So today's video, we're gonna be talking all about content, and this really applies to really any creative business. Even if you're an influencer, you want to start a stationery business, or you're already doing one, or if you want to do a lifestyle business, maybe you sell t-shirts, this topic really applies to anyone in this day and age of social media, content planning, feeds, curated feeds, all that stuff. Today we're gonna be talking about it, but what I'm specifically gonna be talking about is how to stay organized with your content planning and just some different tips and things that I have to offer. So the first thing I wanna just throw out there is I am not the most consistent person when it comes to posting on social media and just really my content in general, mainly because I don't know, maybe I'm just like a creative at heart with this, but like I'm not feeling it, then I'm just not feeling it. And sometimes that can be good or bad. I definitely never force myself to do anything if my heart is not in it or if I'm not really feeling it. But at the same time, you know, you can lose out that way as well. You can lose out of putting yourself in front of people when you choose not to post. So it's a little bit of a twofold thing, but sometimes you kind of take it and run with it, but life happens. And so I just want to say, if you have been falling off or you haven't been as consistent as you want to be, lighten up on yourself. It is all right. Today we're going to talk about some ways that you can kind of start getting back into the swing of things a little bit, or start up a brand new content planning schedule and what that looks like for you. So let me paint a picture for you guys. First of all, I have a lot of content that I need to really be planning for regularly, and I actually just launched my coaching business, so that has added even more to my plate as far as content. So I wrote down everything so that I could tell you guys specifically what I have right now. So I have 4 Instagram accounts, I have my YouTube channel, 2 blogs, my Facebook group, 2 Facebook pages, and 2 email lists. So I'm the type of person that I really like to keep brands separate. I think the only thing where I actually have something kind of merged together would be this YouTube channel, where I am talking about business tips, but I'm also sharing my stationary business with you guys as well. But as far as like the specific pages and email lists and things like that, I think it gets a little more intricate to where I want to have a different audience. So that is kind of what my picture looks like, and I wanted to just share that with you guys because as I'm sitting down and showing you how I plan out, you'll kind of get an idea of where my mind is going. And so my first tip for you when you are sitting down and planning out your content is to really plan your purpose. You want to know who you're talking to in these posts, in these videos. You want to know who your audience is. So what is the purpose of your business? Who are you addressing? Why are you addressing them? What is the audience's pain points? What do they need from you that you can offer? Answer these questions and it'll really help you center what your topics are going to be and what your focus is going to be. And one thing I definitely will say is when you feel like, oh, well, that doesn't really fit in with my niche, or that doesn't really fit in with my purpose of what I said, should I post this? And I think sometimes it's okay to have fun and really show yourself. I am all about showing who you are. If it's like a completely off the wall, like completely out of left field, you know, maybe consider, but if it's just showing your life and you want to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with a business owner showing their life as part of building this audience, building this relationship with people. I think if anything, people are going to love it to see the face behind it. Your purpose should really be centered around that audience and what they want to see and what they like. So if I use this channel, for example, you know, I really just started out sharing my love of planning and occasionally, you know, talking about my business a little bit, like, hey, here's some new releases. And I just decided, I was like, oh, you know what, maybe I'll show the behind the scenes. And it really ended up turning into more of a, in some instances, people being interested in hearing business advice from me, which is really cool. I love talking about it so much. So it's just such a natural fit. And so in that instance, my purpose for my channel can definitely be to continue to inspire women for what they want to go for. I always say that, but to also give some encouragement and tips for starting your own business. So that is mainly what I plan my content around, whether it's my videos or it is my posts, my blog posts, my email list. I'm looking at the thing to tell you guys. So I wanted to give you that rundown first. So you want to plan your purpose. And so what I like to do when I'm thinking of my purpose, once I know what that is, you know, have your actual statement of like, I am targeting this particular person because of this particular need, and I can offer offer them this. So answer that sentence for yourself, and then do a brain dump. I am such a big believer in brain dumps, and with this brain dump in particular, you'll just basically take a piece of paper, a journal of your choice. I actually just got this really cute journal, you guys, from Target that I'm now using for my content planning, and you want to just brain dump everything in your mind. This could be for all your stuff. So if you have multiple businesses, you could do maybe like one brain dump per business. My stuff really kind of meshes together really nicely, so I can kind of do it all in one, and then I'll know what is going to go to what section. So for example, I know this week and then, well, the next 2 weeks, I'm planning 2 weeks in advance. So 2 weeks, I'm going to be focusing on, for Stationary Muse, all about motherhood, all about inspiring moms. That is going to be my main focus for the next 2 weeks. And then on the too much stuff going on. And then on my coaching business, I'm going to be focusing on my first 10 training that I just came out with, promoting that, and planning content around that that's going to be helpful for people for starting businesses. So that is my plan of action. So I know that, and I'm going to brain dump all of the ideas I have that falls under that category. And so if you have, what I love to do is really come up with like a theme for the week, or come up with a theme for the month, something that makes it a little bit easier, so you're not just sitting there waking up on Wednesday like, ooh, I should probably post something. What should I post? Have some kind of idea around it. If you like to post quotes, your quotes can be related to the theme that you've chosen. Your photos can be related to it. What you talk about on stories, in your videos, in your email list, they can all be related, and it'll help you to create all of this stuff that's very cohesive and very simple to figure out versus trying to reinvent the wheel every day with something brand new. I just find that my mind works better when I have something that I'm going off of. And when you have that theme, you can basically just kind of take it and run with it for as long as you want. And then that allows me to really have a lot of good content to talk about. Okay, so I'm actually sitting here and I'm working on my social media stuff. And I forgot to mention to you guys at some point in the video, I think I talked about the theme for when you're planning like for the week or whatever, but then you can also have specific, more pinpointed themes for your days. Okay, so basically on here, as you guys can see, I have the different schedules and stuff. So this just gives me an idea of what to actually post on the days. I don't always post all of these days, but what it gives me is like, if I decide like, okay, I think I'm gonna post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then I already know what I wanna post on those days. So this just gives me a little kind of a blueprint of what to write down for when I'm planning it out. So then the next thing is to plan your posts. So once you have done your brain dump, you've kind of created that theme you want for the week, now it's time to actually figure out where everything is going to go. So for example, as you guys can see, I basically wrote everything down that I was thinking of for the next 2 weeks. This included video ideas, posts, things I wanted to talk to my email list about, what I wanted to share in my Facebook group, all of those things. And so what I actually did was I took a highlighter and I kind of highlighted, did a color coding situation of what I wanted to actually post on what platform, on what channel. So from there, I actually move into Trello. So I know I love writing on paper, so that's why I always do my brain dumps on paper. I love highlighting and getting organized in that way, but then I have to move digital because it's just easier for me, especially when it comes to content planning, because a lot of times I'm going to be typing up the things that I'm going to actually be posting. So it's just easier to copy and paste. Trello, y'all, is my jam. This is my favorite project management software by far. I've been using it for probably about 2 or 3 years now. I love this one because, first of all, I've used quite a few. I've used maybe 3 or 4 other ones, and they all have amazing features, but for some reason, Trello is just like, I love it so much. I love that you can do like the custom backgrounds. You can do the just color coding. You can put your own pictures in there. It's so much fun. And I actually have the free account personally. They do have a paid one as well. I don't even know the cost of that one. I've never had it before. The free one will get you like so many boards. You can do everything you need to do. So what I love about it is that I have my content planning. I love it. You guys can see my cute little background on there. And what I have basically is in that first column right over here. If you've never used Trello before, it's a board system. So you can actually drag the cards to different sections. So just imagine like if you had like a big board with sticky notes on it or something, and like each column represented a different step in the process or a different day of the week, which is what mine is. And so you could actually move the sticky note to where you want it to go. And so that is essentially what I do. Basically, I have like my little color coding thing over there so I know what's going on. And then I have my ideas, and that is all the ideas that I'm thinking about. Sometimes they come from the brain dump. Sometimes if I'm just on there, I'll put them in there. And then I actually have my Monday through Saturday calendar. I actually take Sundays off from, really, I've been trying to just stay off of social media on Sundays, but I don't post anything on Sundays either. That's my day to just kind of regroup and renew for the week. And so I will have my Monday through Saturday cleared out. You know, I'll take out the ones from the previous week, clear everything out, and then I'll get started. So my favorite thing to do with this is to then write up the post and start creating as much stuff as I can, as much time as I have throughout my Sunday. Because typically I like to do this on Sundays. It doesn't always work out that way. I'll actually write out what I want to put in the post, the captions. If I have a video idea, I'll start writing out what I want to talk about in that video. Anything that will really be helpful for me is what I like to do. That is my favorite way to schedule my posts. And so or not schedule, but actually plan out my content. This is where all of my captions live. My hashtags are in here. Everything's in here. They have an app so I can pull it up on my phone very quickly. Super, super simple. And then from there, you can schedule your post. I am not the best at scheduling my posts. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have used quite a few different softwares for scheduling, but for some reason, I just cannot stick with it. So if you don't do that, at least set the intention for yourself. Set an alarm on your phone or something like that to just remind you, like, hey, post this. What I do schedule though, like, I will schedule my email list to go out. I will schedule my Facebook page posts if I'm ahead of the game like that. And even within Facebook, like the actual just like business pages, you can schedule stuff, and also YouTube videos you can schedule. Just takes a lot off your plate during the week. And so then all you have to do is just engage with people once it goes live, which is really, really nice. A couple of ones that I've used in the past, I've used Hootsuite before, which is really good. Planoly was my favorite. It was $9.99 a month, and I just was like, do I really need this? So I ended up canceling it, but that was my favorite one by far. And then there's this one I've actually been using more recently called Plan with 2 N's. And I really like that one a lot. I haven't used it for scheduling, but I just like sometimes to use these different ones just to lay out how my feed will look, which is not so important these days. Most times no one clicks on your page anyway, but just to like lay out what I'm thinking I want to do and be like, okay, do I have too many of the same thing next to each other, or anything like that. So that's another option for you. Another good one is Later. UNUM. That's another one. I'll link all these down below for you guys. But there's quite a few out there. I've used all of the ones I just mentioned to you. And I get bored really easily, so I'm always trying to change up systems and things so that I can constantly stay just like motivated to see something new and be like, oh, okay, let me get started. One other thing I did want to quickly note on is if you are kind of on and off with planning and sometimes you just kind of fall off and, you know, it might be a few weeks and then you're like, oh, let me get back into it. Maybe try to set the intention for how many days you actually want to post. So in reality, I would love to post on those 6 days that I have on my Trello board, but the reality is that's not gonna happen. That's a lot of capacity in my brain to create that much stuff. And when you are a solopreneur, it's just a lot on top of like having to, you know, fulfill orders, marketing, customer service. I actually have to film videos, edit videos. Like there's so many other things happening behind the scenes. It's like I can't just sit there and come up with like 100 posts every single week. So what I really suggest is just to come up with at least like, even if it's just one, but I would say maybe 2 to 3 times a week, show up in some aspect. So, I mean, honestly, you know, like ideally it would be nice to post 2 or 3 times a week on Instagram. What's nice is you could push your Instagram posts to your Facebook page. Boom, Facebook is taken care of. Then I would at least post once a week on YouTube if you have a channel, at least. To keep that consistent. If you have an email list, at least once a week, show up and give your email list some value. And I actually fell off. For my email list, I was doing really good for a while there, and then I kind of wasn't feeling well, so I took a break. But this is gonna be my first week where I'm gonna start resending my emails and stuff again. And then for the blogging, I'm kind of on and off with blogging. I would say I like to do a blog every other week is where I'm at right now. Blogs are just not as, at least in my experience. I know a lot of bloggers are very successful, but in my experience, blogging has never been the most effective tool for me. But I do like to have kind of like regular updates on my website. So if someone does happen to come on there, they do see like, oh, she does regularly post. So I do try to post occasionally on my blogs. That's probably the one that I'm the least consistent with, but I'm really gonna try my best to get more consistent with this coaching one though. But yeah, so that's basically it. So I mean, essentially, let's say I posted 3 times on Instagram. I had 1 video, 1 blog post, and 1 email list went out. I'm saying this is like for, let's say you just have 1 business. So that's 6 pieces of content. I'm counting. That's 6 pieces of content that you would need to create in some capacity. And if they have a theme, they can all be related. So then that way you're not trying to be like, okay, well, what am I gonna post here? What am I gonna post there? It could just literally be the same topic, worded a little bit differently, shown a little bit differently. Like how I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now about content planning. I could then branch that out. I could share about that on my Instagram. I could share about that on my mailing list. I could share about that on my blog. And it just really goes hand in hand. Your blog post can go tie into one of your Instagram posts. It can tie into your video, and then you can have people click. One other tip I would give is to always have some type of call to action for your posts. If you can. It's not always realistic every single time, but I would say majority of the time, try to have your people engage with you in some way. So I actually tested this out on a post that I did on the Stationary Muse page. Might have been back in like February or something. And I don't even remember what I was talking about in there, but basically I asked everybody like, oh, comment with your favorite color, your like a heart of your favorite color, something like that. I got so much engagement on that post just by asking people to share their favorite color. Something so simple. And then also if you want to send people somewhere, have something in there where you kind of, you know, like do like a very enticing caption of some sort. We can talk about that another day. And then you tell them to find out more, or not even to find out more, but I share my story regularly on my blog or something like that. And then they can go there from your profile link, or if you have the swipe up feature, they can go there from that. But I think that it's important to create some kind of reason for them to engage versus just saying, well, here it is. And sometimes I do that. And when I do that, a lot of times it's because I didn't plan it out. It was a last minute thought. And I was kind of like, oh crap, I need to post this. And I don't think about engagement. I just think about like, oh, I need to get a post up. But that's one tip I will give. I think planning really will help you think about, okay, how can people engage with this? If you're doing a blog post, what would make people want to comment? What would make people want to sign up for my mailing list from this blog post? You know, something like that that kind of gives them to take a second step after they read or watch what you created. So, okay, so this is actually a random clip. Excuse me, it's Monday. I'm got bags under my eyes, y'all. But I wanted to share really quickly about the link down below. I provided you guys with a free Trello template that I created, and very similar to what I use for my social media, well, not even social media, very similar to what I use for my content planning strategy that I talked about in this video that I do every week. I thought it would be very useful to you guys if I provided you with that template to really help you with getting started right away with your content plan for all of the different platforms that you're using. So yeah, I'm excited to provide that for you. I just wanted to share that really quickly. So you'll find the link down below, and a Trello board is very simple to use. There's tons of tutorials online. You can create a free account, and on there you'll be able to open up the board. Once you create your account, you'll just click that link and you'll open the board up. You'll want to make a copy of the board, so then that way you're not editing the master version of the one that I'm sending everybody, and then that way you can customize yours to your liking. You can change the background, the colors, and of course the text and everything that goes in there that applies to your business. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I actually have a couple more Trello boards that I'm going to be sharing soon too, but I thought that'd be really fun. So yeah, link down below. And happy content planning. That is my last tip. I'm gonna go now because I feel like I've been talking forever, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some good tips out of there. I would love to hear what is something that you're planning on talking about in some of your upcoming content. Leave it down below, leave your social media down below so I can go and check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.